goddamn. At any rate, let's move on to something much more fun and enjoyable. Clue! So let's do this. We'll engage in 2, maybe 3 games of this, depending on how it goes. Let's see, we got so many different maps here. The original mansion, the Tudor mansion, a Hollywood studio, Vladimir Dracula's castle, Snowy Peaks, Murderous Express, Wild West, Masquerade, Sherlock, Egyptian Adventure, and Tropical Mystery. For this, let's say... looks like we chose Sherlock. And many characters we can play as. However, I personally can't say no to Wario and Waluigi fusing together. So for this case, I'm saying that it is Walio. That's the name, Walio. That or Waluigi, and that's a stupid name. So let's say Walio. We are playing as Walio. Also, just noticed music's a bit too loud, so let's lower that a bit. Here we go. Forgot, what were you? Hint cards? No, let's not have hint cards. Let's add some characters. Just put in whatever at this point, because we are focusing on just adding opponents here. Let's see, what do we have? We have... first of all, hard, and for good measure, one more hard. Alright, so I got that set up. Do we want anyone for Scarlet? Tudor Scarlet, Classic Scarlet, Madame Rose, Hollywood Director Scarlet, Milady Scarlet, possibly Daughter of Dracula, Scarlet, Snowboarder Scarlet, Cowgirl Scarlet, Bangity Bang, Biplane Pilot Scarlet, just Scarlet, or Votes for Women Scarlet. You know what? I've been in the mood of Mary Poppins. Let's go for Votes for Women Scarlet. And for this we have Mrs. Peacock, Elderly Mrs. Peacock, Prince Azure, Hollywood Actress Peacock, I don't know who else to go for that, Maid Peacock, or Stewardess Peacock, I should say, Vampire Hunter Peacock, Bar Patron Peacock, I don't know who else to go with that, Prince Azure, once more, Masquerade of sorts, Local Egyptian Peacock, I don't know who else to go with that, Deep Sea Diver Peacock, or Monkey Trainer Peacock. For this one, let's go with Vampire Hunter Peacock. Then for Miss White, we have no such white for that. We have Mrs. White, who was normally the maid, but in this case, she is a pastry baker. The international traveler White with her pet dog. Dr. White. Spooky Ghost White. Ooh. Miss White with bigger dog. Woof woof. Who are you again? Oh, right, Rose. White and White, the twins. No one from there. Captain White. Or, ooh. Wonder if these are not necessarily... oh, those are just random color characters. Let's add another character. Let's add Orchid to the mix. And Rose. Duchess Orchid. Empress Orchid. Ooh. Indian Rose. Let's go for Empress Orchid. Love that one. And then for Peach, not much to go for with that. Miss Peach. Peach. Rusty or Peach, we'll say that. And of course another Peach. Let's see, back up a bit. Who's the other one? Green. Yeah, let's add Mustard to the mix. So we have ordinary elderly Mustard, the young Colonel Mustard, Monsieur Burnett, as it were. Master Photographer, what a scope, see? Yeah! Train Conductor, or Engineer Mustard. The Duke of Mustards. Sheriff Mustard. Hip Snowboarder Mustard. Quite the hairy Mustard, like Gaston, but is really Werewolf Mustard. Moroccan Mustard, or Tropical Mustard. Let's go for Reporter Mustard here. Would you care to tell everyone at Inquiry Minds what's going on here? What a scoop! And then for Green, there is Young Mr. Green, Posh Mr. Green, Rich Uncle Moneybank's Mr. Green. Ah, there's the Conductor Green. And we'll add Dr. Watson into the mix, since it's kind of green. And I guess Irene Adler as well. Cardinal Green. Woo! Blacksmith Green. Skier Green. Frankenstein's Monster Green. Indiana Jones Green? Let's see, what were the other colors for there? Yeah, that's the closest we'll get to Indiana Jones Green. And, of course, Butler Green. I think we'll make this interesting. We'll say Dr. Watson for this one. And I think it was the Masquerade we were at. Let's just get a game started. And let's see what comes up during this round. Ah, I think I was on International, which seems like the right one. Who killed Mr. Body? Yes, that sorts. So we are given... I keep forgetting it's going through the introduction. Even though I have played this game before, it's just been a while. So I have proof that it wasn't in the dark alley, let alone it wasn't either Mustard or Orchid. So now it's a matter of figuring out the clues of who's going where. Peacock went to search the dark alley and suspecting Miss Scarlet with the sword. Well, I have proof that it's not in the dark alley, so we will do just that. So next up, it's my turn. Alright, now show us what you got. What did I say it was? Walio. The fusion no one wanted, but didn't realize they needed up until now. So, yes, I know, game, thank you. Let's check over by the printing press. Of course, I know! Stop telling me these things! Yeesh! And because I want to clear my name, let's just say it was me there with... Certain type of person I am, a revolver. Now let's just... Nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, Mustard is saying it wasn't the revolver, so that's good to know. Alright. Yep. Done with that. Don't feel like making any final accusations. Let's just end the turn. So next up, it's Orchid's turn, who rolls a 7. Heads in a dark alley, which again, I have the dark alley card. Let's see if anyone else has anything else to prove. Neither is it Orchid. Ah, we know that Miss Scarlet has the blowpipe since I have both Dark Alley and Orchid. So, we'll say that, and Miss Orchid has that card. So, with that said, I think we're good to go. Just double check. Yes, I have both of them. Let us move on. Next up, it's Votes for Women Scarlet's turn, who will choose the dock. I'll search down by the dock. What? The dock. I'll search down by the dock. Oh, I thought you said ducks. Well, I have Mustard, but apparently Watson has either the dock or the cricket bat. We'll have to check next time around. For now, let's just continue onward, as it's now Dr. Watson's turn. Who rolls a 5 and goes into the dark alley, saying it was himself with the Truckian, or Truckian. Either way, I know it's not the dark alley, but we don't know if Mustard has either Watson or the Truckian, so let's just smile, nod, and move on. And now it's Mustard's turn, who decides to go by the docks. Let's see if there's any news here over by the docks. What a scoop! Suspecting himself with the blowpipe. I have the Mustard card, so I will prove it wasn't him. Instantly clears his name. Now it's Peacock's turn, who rolls a 5. Decides to get a drink down over by the local pubbery. Suspects Miss Orchid with the Truckian. Don't know about the Truckian or pub, but I can prove Orchid is innocent. So after that... yes, I know. Stop it with the intros. In fact, is there a way how I can turn that off? Settings... of course not. Probably was back in the main menu and I skipped over it. Let's see, good enough to get close enough to the Diagnose Club. So I'll take it. And once again, I gotta prove it's not me, so... choose me. It's not the revolver, so let's say... since people are suggesting Truckian... possibility of me. No, nothing. Oh! Mustard has a clue saying it wasn't the Truckian. So now we know the second card he has is the Truckian. But now it's Miss Orchid's turn. Rolls a 4 and decides to go to the Dark Alley, which again, I have the Dark Alley card. This time suggesting Miss Peacock with the sword. Nothing. Ah, but I have the Dark Alley card. So... interesting. Either she has either the Peacock and Sword card and it's just galaxy braining us, or honestly thinks it could be her with the sword. Either way, I have the Dark Alley card, so we know it's not there. Now it's Miss Scarlet's turn, who will roll a 7. Go into the local pubbery. Suggesting Miss Orchid with the razor. We don't know whether she has the razor or pub card. But I know I have Miss Orchid, so it's not that. Now let's see what Dr. Watson plans to do at this rate with a 2. Nothing. Not close enough to move anywhere. So next up, it's Mustard's turn. Who's trying to get that local scoop? Besides, take a secret passageway over by the museum. And he is suggesting Dr. Watson with the razor. Nothing, nothing. Oh, Miss Orchid has a card. And we don't know what Orchid has. It could be either one of those 3. So we'll just have to smile and nod at this point. Peacock's turn now, who rolls a 6. And decides to wet her whistle down the local pubbery. Suggesting Mustard with the cricket bat. Can't prove anything with the pub or cricket bat. However, I have Mustard. So it proves it's not Mustard. I know! It's not like I haven't played this game before. Alright, roll the dice for a 5. So I could go back to the printing press if I want to. Head down to 221 Baker Street or the department store. Actually, now that I think about it, I might be in Sherlock. That would make the most sense, now that I realize it's taking place in England. 221B Baker Street is a heavy Sherlock Holmes reference. Let's head for the department store. So no one's mentioning that. And again, I have to clear my name, because I don't want to be the one here. No Truckian. Do we check with the sword yet? She proves it's not in the department store. Nothing that says that she doesn't have the sword card. Which makes it interesting. We might... Keyword might have an answer for what the murder weapon is, but since that department store was there, we don't know. It's too soon to call. So 5, going to the local pub, or she was dragged there, so she doesn't get to move anywhere. Accusing Watson with the sword. Well, we know it's either the pub or sword card, maybe, or just trying to figure out who the suspects are. Let's see, Miss Scarlet rolls 2, and decides to just leave the pub, which doesn't do her anything. But Dr. Watson's in the pub, who rolls a 5, and decides to go by the local printing press. With that, accuses Peacock with the cricket bat. Nothing, 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 nothing. Oh! Scarlet has a card to prove. Scarlet had the blowpipe, so maybe one of those... Well, no one had the printing press, so we can cross that out. She didn't have the printing press. We don't know about the cricket bat or Peacock. Or, no! It's not Peacock. No one had Peacock, so that means by default the one she was showing was the cricket bat. So we know that is not the murder weapon. So it's between either the razor or the sword. And since I still need to check about the sword with Miss Orchid, that might be a good thing to check. So let's see. Miss Peacock with the blowpipe. Nothing, nothing. Miss Scarlet, most likely showing the blowpipe, which doesn't prove anything else. Oh! Mustard's making an accusation, suggesting it was Miss Peacock with the sword at the printing press. Survey says... he was right. So, Vampire Hunter Miss Peacock did it at a printing press with a sword. I should have known all along, and I was a reporter. What a scoop! Oh well, that's what we get for a hard run of that. So, since Mustard got the win, number one, let that load in. Okay, there's got to be a way how to fix anything of the sort. Rule set, no, no, that doesn't work. Maybe it's under single player that I can adjust the rule setting of sorts. Let's go on a tropical mystery. And yeah, I'm still sticking with Wild West. Is there really no way how I can adjust the rule set of this sorts? In fact, I'm backing out. Back out! There's gotta be a way how to change the rule set. Standings, but that's not what's important. There's really no way how to get rid of the rule set. Because I've played this game multiple times, I don't want to hear about the rules. Crap, I think we're stuck with this. So yeah, sticking with that. That's just hint cards. I'd rather not use that. But since you won, we will lower you down a peg. Alright, let's see what else we got going on in this tropical cruise here. So we are dealt 3 random cards that I will keep to myself. Once again, it's not Mustard, and it didn't take place in a hot tub, nor was it the harpoon. And starting us off is Miss Scarlet, who rolls a 7 and decides to go by the bedroom. Suspecting me with the diving knife. But Watson has proof for something related to that. Don't know if it's necessarily revolving around me. Just check. Really? Really no way how to get rid of the... That is deeply upsetting. 2. 1, 2. Barely got anything done with that, Dr. Watson. Next up, it's Mustard's turn, who decides to head over to the helipad. Suggesting himself with the oar. Well, I have proof it wasn't you. After all, you solved that murder last time. That'd be silly. Let's see, 11. Miss Peacock decides to head over to the local bridge, suspecting Miss Scarlet with the flare gun. Nothing. But Miss Orchid has something to prove otherwise. So, really don't want to deal with these rules. Thought there was a way how I could disable the rules. I really thought there was a way how to disable the rules. Or at least the tutorial rules, if anything. Because, my god. I haven't heard anything about the dining room, so let's head over there. And again, gotta choose me. Me with the spyglass. Nothing, 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 nothing. What do you have to show me? Yay! For once it wasn't me! I mean, it wasn't last time, but it's good to know that it's not me. Yes, we are good to go with that front. So let's move on to the next turn. 7. Miss Orchid decides to go by the bedroom. Suspecting herself with the harpoon. Well, I have the harpoon. So Watson has either the bedroom or Orchid card. Only time will tell as we move on. And speaking of moving on, we are heading over to the lounge who is suspecting Orchid with a diving knife. Nothing but Mustard has a card. And we don't know what that other card is. So let's move on. With Dr. Watson, who decides to go over to the observation bay. Suggesting it was Miss Peacock with the oxygen tank in there. And once again, something that we don't even know about. Let's see what Mustard gets. A 4. Decides to wet his whistle down to local bar. Suggesting Miss Peacock with the flare gun. Well, one of the two cards she has to be either herself, the bar, or the flare gun. And speaking of Peacock, it's now her turn, who rolls a 9 and decides to go to the local dining room. Where I was just at. Suspecting Mustard with a spyglass. Well, guess what? I already know that it's not Mustard. So, moving onward. From there, it is now my turn. Rolling the dice for an 11. Really wish I could have gone to the games room. Let's head to the bedroom. See if we can, at the very least, warp ourselves over there. So, next up, let's check out Miss Scarlet with the spyglass. Nothing, nothing. Watson has something. Could be either Scarlet or the bedroom. It's the bedroom card that he has. Interesting. Let's end our turn there. So I forgot what it was, but it's the observation room, or observation bay. Watson, and with the oxygen tank. Could be any one of those cards for all we know. Maybe... Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's the oxygen tank that he's got. Now, heading over to the hot tub. Suspecting Dr. Watson with the harpoon. Well, we already disproved that I have the hot tub, and we already disproved that it's not the harpoon since I have it. So that means the only card that she could show at the time is Dr. Watson. So that proves Watson is not the murderer. That'd be kind of thrilling, wouldn't it? To see Sherlock Holmes' #1 assistant being a murderer. Let's see, Miss Peacock with a diving knife. Could be either Peacock or the diving knife with Mustard, but we don't know. Since Dr. Watson had the bedroom card. So next up, Mustard is heading to the bedroom, suspecting Peacock with the spyglass. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Let's see. Oh, let's see. No one had the spyglass. No one had the spyglass, so we already know what the murder weapon is. And obviously, it is not that. So we know that Miss Scarlet had Peacock, so it is not Scarlet, which means, or not Peacock. So it is a toss-up between Miss Scarlet and Orchid for one of the murderers. Because we know who, or what the weapon was. We're almost certain who is the suspect, but we still don't know where the murder took place. So now Peacock is going into the dining room, suspecting Miss Scarlet with the flare gun. I got nothing. Nothing. What does Watson have? Either Scarlet or... no, the flare gun. Which sadly doesn't help me. Oh! Shit. Peacock's making an accusation. It's Orchid with the spyglass in the dining room. And survey says... she was right. Damn. Bad luck. Solve the crime first. Wah, wah. Alright, at the rate we're going, I think I have time for 2 more games. Just double checking something here. Nope, we are good. Let's move on to another game. Let's do this time around in... let's do it in a Hollywood studio. Same people playing, but now that you solved the case, you go down a peg. And let's see how this next case will go. Driving down Hollywood Boulevard. Who will be suspected of murder? Let us see as we once again prove that it's not mustard. Jesus, we love having that card. And this time Orchid gets to start. Great, so I go last. And we have also the wrench and the prop room. Well, I already know it's not the prop room, so Miss Peacock with the dagger. Damn. Well, sadly, that didn't prove anything. Let's see, Dr. Watson with the pistol in the Western set. Which again doesn't help me with much. So next up, Watson rolls a 5 and decides to go down the hall. Suspecting Mustard with the pistol. Well, it's a shame. I had proof that it wasn't Mustard, but now we won't know whether or not Mustard had the pistol or the hall card. Oh, speaking of Mustard, it's his turn again as he goes down to the editing room. Suspecting myself with the dagger. Nothing, 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 nothing. Oh. Either myself or the editing room card. Definitely getting interesting at this point. So with the 3s, he decides to stay in the prop room, suggesting myself with the dagger. Well, I already have the prop room card, so that's a wasted turn for you. And once again, it is my turn. Roll the dice, baby. Where we get a 6. Let's go to the western set. See how it goes from there. Who is a suspect here? Let's say... Sure, let's say myself, because I want to clear my name with a dagger, since apparently that's a popular choice there. And Orchid has proven it wasn't in the western site. Good to know. Let us move on. Moving down towards the hall. Orchid is suspecting Scarlet with a dagger. Can't prove it's a dagger that she has, so don't know if it's herself or the hall they're showing. With a roll of 2, she decides to stay in the hall to suspect Orchid with a dagger. Again, that doesn't really help us on that front. Watson decides to go on over to the editing room, suspecting me with the dagger. And again, it doesn't really help me in that much. For that, so it's now Mustard's turn. He decides to go by the cinema. I am hearing noise. Oh! That's why, because Nick's here. How's it going?
How's it going?
I was wondering, it's like, I'm suddenly hearing noises. Who could that be?
I was letting you play till you noticed it was me.
It took me till now to realize that.
Also doesn't help, I don't know what game you're playing, so...
It's currently Clue right now. Ooh. This is actually helpful. Orchid, didn't have the plum card, nor did she have the dagger, so by default that means she had the dressing room card. So we know which one she had there. Also, she is almost out of cards. But it's not my turn. Rolling a 6. No, dressing room would be a waste of time. Let's stay in a cinema for now. And by stay in a cinema, I mean let's go to the cinema. Let's choose... I haven't seen anything about Dr. Watson, so let's say him with a dagger. Just really want to know who has a dagger. Well, we found our last card. It's the cinema. So in that case, let's cross all of these out since we already know what our 3 cards are. Or I suppose I could end the turn and still do that. So now Orchid rolls an 8 and goes into the Roman set. Suspecting Mustard with a dagger. And we don't know... Oh, wait, I have Mustard, and Watson didn't have the dagger, so that means by default he's got the Roman set. So next up we have Miss Scarlet, who will go from the hall to the editing room. Suspecting Mustard with the award. Well, I got Mustard, but there's not enough proof to determine whether or not he's got the award or not. So I'll just have to accept that for what it is. Watson rolls 11 and goes down to the hall. Suspecting me with the velvet rope. Well, she didn't have my card, but not enough proof to show whether or not it's the velvet rope or the hall. So that's it. Moving on with Mustard, who will go from the editing room down to the hall again. Suspecting me with the velvet rope. Doesn't help me much. So now Peacock is going to roll a 5 and go over to the local cinema. Suggesting me with the velvet rope. Well, it's not the cinema, because Orchid has that. I'm getting the feeling people know that it's me at this point, and that's a bit disconcerting. 5, so I have a choice between dressing room or editing room. Well, it's not in a dressing room, so I guess we'll go for... Why did I choose dressing room again? That was stupid. Oh well, wasted turn coming by. Myself, velvet rope, go. Show me that dressing room card. Yay! Wasted turn. Wasted turn. And there goes my fidgeter. Ugh, back to the dressing room we go. Why would she... Well, I guess to get them. So, choosing me with the wrench. Nothing, nothing. Okay, it's not me. Thank God. So, eliminate that. And I had the wrench. Okay, I feel justified that it's not me, but it's still a toss-up between Scarlet, Watson, Peacock, and Orchid. And we still don't know whether the knife is a dagger, or the dagger is the weapon or not. With the award... Well, we've already proven that it's not me. So I'm curious what Scarlet is thinking. There's not that many options for the award or the dressing room. There's something she knows. She's making an accusation. Me with the award in the direct way. No, that means it is me. Oh no! I committed the murder! How could that have been? Drat! I've been foiled again! Oh well. Still have time for one more round. So let's see. Nick, if you're still here, did you want to play?
I actually have to get going.
No.
I was just double checking watching for a bit since one of the streamers I watch on YouTube for Pokemon just had a mental breakdown.
Oh, jeez.
So I was double checking on all the other people who I knew were streaming.
Alright. That's okay then. In this case, let's head over to Wild West. Still sticking with Walio. The fusion no one knew existed, yet never realized that they needed. Also, you were the one that got it right, so you now go down a peg. So still gotta watch out for Watson and Orchid, who are still on hard. Everyone else is on medium difficulty. Welcome to Silvertown. So everyone gets dealt out random cards. I swear to God, if I get another mustard card. Okay, for once, it's not me. Good. So we know it's not me. Plus, it's not in the sheriff's office or saloon. So I can already prove it's not in the saloon. She is suggesting me with the pickaxe. Interesting. Well, I already have the saloon and myself, so that means by default, Mustard has the pickaxe. So for once, that actually helped me. Huzzah! Stopping by the local graveyard, that Dr. Watson, suggesting me with the whip. Don't know about the whip or the graveyard. Something to think about with Peacock. Either way, 2 gets Mustard exactly nowhere. So now that it's Peacock's turn, 2, once again, exactly nowhere. And now that it's my turn, roll the dice, doesn't matter. I'm still going to stay in the graveyard. I think I'll suggest Peacock with a whip. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh! Well, we know nothing about the whip or the graveyard, so I get the feeling, yep, it's Miss Peacock that she had, or he had, whatever had. So we deduced 2 of the cards that Mustard has. So now that it's Orchid's turn, Orchid will go down to the local graveyard, suggesting Watson with the knife. Don't know anything about that. I wonder if it's the graveyard. I wonder if she has the graveyard card. Something to think about. And Scarlet decides to go by the local graveyard. Hey everyone, it's a party at the local graveyard. Let's celebrate murder and death. No, please don't. And we already know what the last card he has is. He's got the gold nugget, so that means we can cross out everything else for Mustard as we go by the local jail. Suggesting Mustard with the pickaxe. But we already know Mustard proves that it wasn't the pickaxe, so yeah, roll with that. Knock off. There we go. So now Mustard will stop by the local sheriff's office, which I can prove wasn't that. Me with the kniffy. Don't want to give out too much information, so for now, let's say I'll show myself. Stopping by the local sheriff's office. I wonder what she's planning. Herself with a whip. Might have given too much away, since now she knows the sheriff's office. Thankfully doesn't know about myself as a suspect. Yet. Let's stop by the local graveyard. We'll say Watson with a knife. She had the knife, so that is good to know. It is not the knife. Knife is not the murder weapon. So now Orchid decides to stop by jail. Suspect Miss Scarlet with a 6-shooter. He could have any one of those cards, so that doesn't really help me much. Let's see. Sheriff's Office, Orchid with a 6-shooter. He didn't have the graveyard, and I don't think he was showing off Orchid before. I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume he's got the 6-shooter. Everybody at? Question mark. We don't know for certain. Mustard with the horseshoe. And I get the strong feeling I know that Peacock has the graveyard. Got a strong feeling with that so far. Let's stop by the bank. Mustard suspecting himself with a 6-shooter. Ooh. We'll say question mark, question mark, question mark. We'll say that's a rough guess. And then question mark is just curious about what she had. Anyway, now Scarlet will suggest Orchid with the whip. It's not the whip, so she could potentially have either herself or the general store. Only time will tell, I suppose, as it's now my turn. Let's roll the die. I can stop by the bank. Where am I at right now? Was I dragged to a sheriff? No, I wasn't in the sheriff's office. Oh, I was still in the graveyard. Duh. Yeah, let's stop at the bank and suggest Mustard, because why the hell not? With the horseshoe. What did she have? She had the bank. Okay. So she definitely had the bank. So clears that out. Doesn't tell me much of anything, though. Shame, I was hoping to get more clues about Mustard or the horseshoe. So since she was at local one, so now Mustard with the whip. Either the general store or Mustard, because she did not have the whip at the time. Let's see, Scarlet's gonna stop by the local jail. Mustard with the whip. Don't know about jail. And we can't say for certain that it's the whip, though I got a strong feeling that might be the other thing that she has. Let's see. As Watson decides to go by the saloon, suggesting myself with the whip. Well, actually, no one had the whip. Or, no one had the whip, so that means the whip is confirmed. The murder weapon is indeed the whip. But now, let me show myself. So we still don't know who from where. We know the whip is indeed a murder weapon. See, Peacock with the gold nugget. Well, Peacock already proved that it's not in the graveyard. So next up in the bank is just an orchid with the pickaxe. Well, we know she definitely had the bank card, so for all we know, that was the one clue given to Peacock. Alright. I think it's time we start deducing things here. Let's head to the saloon, since I have that. Let's make a power play. We already know what the murder weapon is, and I know I have the saloon, so that's not that. But let's see if we can clear suspects. Let's say Mustard with the whip. Well, I have the saloon, no one had the whip, so that must mean... Yep, by default, Scarlet had Mustard, so he is cleared of suspicion. That didn't help me much, aside from deducing who was innocent. So now it's Justin Watson with the whip. Oh. Wasn't at the bank, and Orchid might just be galaxy braining us with checking for Watson. But it's not at the bank. Because she has that card. Think we might have a clue about something. Suggesting Peacock with the whip in the saloon. Well, it's not the whip, nor is it a saloon, but the only card Mustard has was Peacock, so that already proves Peacock is not the murderer. So next up, Watson is going to check the local saloon, suggesting himself with the whip. Well, the only card I can show is the saloon. And not entirely sure. Have to check Watson. Oh, the courthouse. Haven't checked there yet. Mustard with the pickaxe. Well, she had... Scarlet had the Mustard card. The pickaxe was Mustard's card, so that means by default she has the courthouse card. So we know what that is. Still don't know who from where, but we got a good idea of what. Well, we know what the murder weapon is. So naturally I have to prove it's not the saloon. And now, 'tis my turn. No. Courthouse. Bank's not a good idea. Courthouse is not a good idea. We'll have to go to the graveyard for more options, because I know Peacock has the graveyard card. Let's check for Watson with the whip, because we already know the graveyard is a card. It's Watson! It's definitely Watson, but we still don't know where the crime took place. knife. Well, we know Watson didn't have himself nor the knife. So that means by default he has Main Street, which is not the place. So it's still a toss-up between jail, the blacksmith, which we still haven't gone to yet, or the general store. So next up, myself with a gold nugget. And already proven that Orchid had the bank, and I had myself, so yes, that does confirm that Mustard did indeed have the gold nugget. So Watson decides to go by the local courthouse, which Scarlet has, suggesting himself with the whip, which doesn't help us, if anything. Oh, wait. No one had the court... Oh, no. I think the murder's been solved. Yep, Dr. Watson most likely figured it out. He's accusing himself with the whip in the courthouse. And wouldn't you know it, he's right. Yay, I solved my own murder! Wait, why did I solve my own murder? I'm a fool! Alright. Alright. This has been fun and everything. It really has been fun, but I'm starting to get tired right now. Oh, man, Comcast, I hate you so much. Just let that be a lesson to you. You even made me drop my fidgeter. That's how mad I am. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, folks. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to Nick earlier for the co-commentary. But now is the question of who to redirect you guys to. You know, I think I'll give the very most a shout out to Gerard the Completionist, who is currently going through Wild Arms Alter Code F for his New Game Plus streams that he's doing right now. But based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to redirect you guys to... Hopefully I got this right. Yes, I'm sending you guys over to Nintendo Capri's son, who is apparently making some music with Mario Paint, which is very intriguing. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we are continuing more ROM dumpster diving, so be sure to look forward to that. But until then, folks, take care, and I shall see you all later, everyone. Also, screw you, Comcast. You messed up my router, making things lag to shit, dropping frames. Okay, I've gone on for long enough. Later, guys.